Hello, testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing, testing. Back. New mod with Nate. There you go. What am I doing here exactly? Oh, I'm controlling critter. Oh no, I'm still in the max. I'm controlling critter, but it doesn't really go anywhere.
Pull up to sprunson. Lago pukcie. Bok, bok. Harsot kwela.
Got a frying pan.
That is unprofessional. There has been pirates in his bedside rug. Oh, should have known better. Look, look. Babalu. Yes, something's not right. A flying island inhabited only by pirates. The place should be buzzing with life. Put. Right. Instead, there's not a soul here. Just a couple of animals and ugly statues.
I'm guessing those statues were people who got turned into statues.
Off again. No, I won't leave here without the booty. A djinn who can grant 3 wishes? That's almost as good as your artifact of divine fate. What are you? I'm afraid there's nothing we can do while Nate is incapacitated. You can look, Pregal. You're lucky the Mary's locked up and the old tub only obeys Nate since he saved her life. Otherwise, I'd have nabbed the lamp ages ago and been long gone. You just make sure Nate comes around again, okay? Really come. Noksek. Poco salara. Sizala bulak. Takalak. Bling bling. Off again. Nox. Ela frico patawa.
Just past that so I can take whatever I want, right?
Sing. Ula.
Not really.
Sing. That's Stop.
All gone. Left alone. Alone. No, it's mine. And it's caused enough damage already.
Joking. You can look bigger. Elrata.
Oh, what are you? You're that critter.
Krefkutos.
Leave me alone.
Uladula.
And knock more unconscious with a frying pan.
Babulu. Futsura, Luca.
Alright, now it's full of water.
Babulu.
Use that Nate paper.
Harshut Quilla. Epoca. Oracle.
Plant breath.
Let's go.
Itok. Muchacho.
Cheeto. Baboon's bomb.
No, Baton.
Rum, lime, raw sugar, peppermint. Manganan. Beet boot. Selfie.
No, muchacho.
Vodka, banana, liquor, peach liquor. Donkana. Sophie and Mangan. Mangan? Turn the page. Burning Mary. XD. Red vodka, tomato juice, lemon juice, fired. Recap. Grog XD. Hangover healer, I guess that's what I want. Milk, salt, peppermint. Beet boot, magnag. Dog. Freak out. Actually, take a picture of this. Maybe it's important. For sure, that's what I need. Alright.
Mons, Fots. Mons, Fots. Mons, Fots. Mons, Fots. Elrata.
Blood, Mochito, Ponsa Mary.
You can look bigger. Elrata. Halape.
Hey. Yeah, it's my ship.
You are back! You are back!
Get off those peanuts, you ugly bird!
Poco salada! Ula dula ha!
Alert!
Harshut! Kulilu!
Do something to the peanuts. Maybe mix them with one of those drinks.
Nox! Gunzala! Ooh!
Oh. Reflect off the surface of the water, I guess. I'm just gonna boil it. Obviously. I got salt, which is one of the ingredients I need. Milk, salt, and peppermint.
That's... You! Kulilu! Kulilu! Kulilu!
Let's make interactive stuff, but I can't do it. I won't do it on time, I guess.
You are... Kulilu!
I don't know. Maybe when I use this.
You are... Kulilu!
Alert!
Choco! Bear! Buffington! Nox!
I find
What? What?
coconut milk. Work.
Enough of it. Ula.
I'm gonna take it. Interesting. That's fun. Oh man, that gets me interested. I can do peppermint salt. Brandy, whiskey, red wine. Vodka, tomato juice, lemon juice, fire. Lime, raw sugar, and pepper. Oh. So I want emoji too. And it should look like this glass with a cup. With a straw. Sweet. I can take the glass and combine it with some kind of receptacle to keep it. Maybe.
Mosquito.
Got the peppermint.
Look some. Peppermints.
I need. Still need milk. Okay. Salt and peppermint.
Luca. Look some. Peppermints. That's. Ula.
Like banana liquor, peach liquor. Some juice, lemon juice, fire, brandy, whiskey, red wine.
Mom.
Yeah, what was
Stop this thing! Stop this!
Gotta do something in that time. I'm not sure what.
Stop this! Stop this!
Get up! I've got a new artifact. It's fun. Don't look! Don't look!
It gives me a chance to interact, but when I click on it, it just sits back down, so it's really doing it. Remember? Click on it, but nothing happens. Right? Scanner. Sure, it's bug.
Rumi! Lovely. Huh? Hangover, a barkeeper's worst nightmare. Good idea. No problem. You cannot. Let me know when Nate's sober. Snooks.
Have to figure out a way to break it.
Look. Luca. Nixon. Luca.
Dig it. I have no idea what different moves there. Oh, I have to pay attention to what the monkey does, right? Let's look at the set orders. We got it here. And it says beep boop. his moves, I guess.
Nixon. Good.
It's a vague impression of what he looks like. Getting to that later.
Voodoo.
Hanging on. This should be reversed. The first one will be Mag. Is the bullet one, so I should be able to do this. This is Mag. The bullet ones will be 2.
Voodoo. Voodoo. Potato.
baboon spotted.
Elevators! Woo, woo. Oh. Woo. Woo, woo.
Madness.
Voodoo!
Only missing number 4.
Voodoo! 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 Elevators! Woo, woo. Oh. Woo. Woo, woo. Mochi!
Let's gain the first.
What? No, what the? It tastes like... And it's also driven away that lovely drunkenness.
Finally! Can you get the lamp now?
Get out of the cemetery as soon as possible. It's really not a great idea. Enough like that.
Cool suit.
You don't know anything about engineering. I don't know anything about small talk.
All
You were going to put the Red Pirate and the Palace Guard out of action.
check. Well,
As soon as it's out of the way, I come in and get them
and you're really going to come in through the Crystal Dome? With
swift and silent.
He has some really powerful artifacts in there. If he catches us...
You just take care of the monkey. I'll take
There's...
a lamp with a gin in it that grants you 3 wishes. That's worth pretty much anyway. We need it to get.
Why?
The Red Pirate chained up the Mary with a magic padlock. Only he can open it. Or a power. And I take it you don't want it.
I'll think of something.
Huh.
One wish for... if we use...
Then there's still one wish for me, and
But... charming. We need to...
we're here because of the magic lamp, and we're only going to leave this island with it.
Says who?
This?
Stop keeping me from... An empty barrel. That would be the little blanket that strange bird likes to sit on. Ow! Now we... The lens was mostly used to dramatically shorten the getaway of airships whose occupant... The Red Pirate himself chained her up. I wasn't expecting that. Granted, it did used to be. Once we... I wonder whether open... Once we've got... An empty... That look... Good night, Grace. That strange bird.
Focus!
It's not really gonna do anything. What's the difference between these two feathers?
Now all we have to do is get you out of there.
That's my job.
It's gonna be
Right. How long will it take? In the meantime, I could...
What were you saying?
And that's why you should always have a reliable...
It was nothing, really.
Oh, I wasn't... Now let's get out of here.
Dang, that was the...
Get ready for the big show, critter.
Oh, hello. You're a new one.
Ta-da!
What?
Aren't you supposed to put on a big show?
Ta-da.
Good grief.
You are sure that you are the Jinn of the line. You're supposed to grant me 3 wishes, right?
I, always thought jinns were godlike super magicians with healthy egos.
Oh, yeah. They're great.
But aren't you a jinn too?
Oh, well, yes. That's true, of course.
I mean, not that you aren't great. I just thought you'd be bigger.
My brothers are all bigger. They serve the most powerful rulers in the universe. Me, you know, they sent me here to practice. They said no one in this strange old world would really notice if I screwed things up.
Nate's the name.
Benjamin bin...
I'll... As you...
But...
You mean if...
Yes, well, I could perhaps...
A coin?
I'm just not...
Not that good at magic? Let's start with...
Oh,
Oh,
it's not really that easy.
not that...
Please don't pressure me. I don't like it when people...
Concentrate and open it.
You can have 3 wishes of anything else that you wish for.
I did it! Did you see that?
The padlock.
But
Benny.
what if I do something wrong?
Benny.
About a minute.
And in that time, you've only disappointed me once.
Really?
Yes, I believe... Let it all out, Benny. It's you against the padlock. I can explain...
The lamp belongs to me.
Oh, I'm happy...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Don't move.
I wish I could comply to your request. Really.
Somebody's a padlock. That's where the game picked up before in the intro.
The Archmage claims there are hardly any opportunities for the common citizen to improve their lot. The rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. That's nonsense, of course. Have you got that?
Nonsense. Yep, got it. He pleads for more education, for the poor as well. What do you say to that?
Too complicated. My party and I have found a simpler way. From tomorrow, anyone can be a winner in life. I present the lottery.
And the winners can move from the lower town to the upper town.
The winner? Once a month, we grant one citizen from the lower town a better life in our... And you will report on it, Mr.
The winner.
The first draw is tomorrow. I expect...
Very well, mate.
I'm gonna take a short break. I'll be back in. I'm gonna take a short break. We'll be back in a little bit. Hello, Justin. I'm back.
Judging by the size and the wood used, the barrel must contain a precious liquid. Brandy, I'd bet. The first few weeks after the war, there wasn't much to be had, but now you can buy practically anything you want, if you have enough gold. Bill uses the crane to smuggle things down to the lower town to evade the duty at the gate. Can't imagine that's allowed. Bill uses the crane to smuggle things down to the lower town to evade the duty. Can't imagine. The delivery dock for goods delivered by airship. Bill is one of the town's biggest merchants, and with the war over, more goods land here every... Staple foods and the like are grown in the villages. They can hardly produce enough. The goods landing here come from farther away. Bill uses... Can't... Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
How's business?
Could be better.
I thought business would be booming now that the war's over.
It is. But it could be better.
Go to the lower town.
Were you in the lower town today? What's the situation like?
Those loonies are taking over.
What, you mean the protesters?
More gold for everyone, they demand. They should work instead, then they'll have gold.
But isn't that the problem? They want to work, but there aren't any jobs.
There's enough work. I've offered a couple of them work.
Yes, but they'd like to be paid.
You see, so it is all about gold. You give those layabouts a little finger and they take the whole hand. And who's supposed to pay for it? The honest trader.
Legit. Rich folks want everybody to work, but won't give jobs and won't pay people.
Then You're on the council leader's side, right?
You bet. All the traders are. She's one of us after all, even if only by marriage. Her husband, old Van Buren, was the richest trader in the region.
Was?
Been dead 2 years. Was the last Van Buren. His father and his uncle before him were full-blooded salesmen. Out of their parents' vast and powerful trading group, they made an even vaster and more powerful trading group. Van Buren knew what to do, and the widow knows too. She knows the hardships the traders suffer, and is sure to cut taxes.
Do you even pay taxes?
No, but they're too high.
Looks like your crane's ready.
Oh yes, finally I can lower goods straight down to my stall. Saves on customs duty and paying bribes to the town guard down by the gate.
Is that...
Not paying bribes? Dunno. But nowadays an honest trader's got to look out for number one.
I have to be going, Bill. See you next...
See ya.
It was quite a surprise when one morning suddenly the second tower appeared. The older folk remembered that it had once always been there, until one day they didn't really pay much attention to it at first because the town housed the mage school. Magic stuff happens. But when it didn't return, they just forgot. But I wonder how the tower managed to return. I mean, if a tower climbs over the town walls and over the town's rooftops to get here, someone's sure to know. The Archmage no longer lives alone in the tower. He has some family learning the art of magic there, but it's difficult teaching adults magic. Their minds are less open and they're too stuck in the physical world, and they lack the imagination for magic. No, the next generation of real mages will be the young, trained by us in the school. In 10 years... For centuries, the Archmage has also been the leader of the Free Peoples, but Archmage Alistair has had this crazy idea that the people should choose their... He says it's not good the mages are the only ones to elect the new... That's why we're having the election in 3 days. But if things go badly, that loathsome Van Buren will become the Alliance's new... I'm not so convinced that this lottery... Sure, it's a fine thing for the winner, but... Presumably the names of all the inhabitants of the lower town are written on slips of paper, and I would imagine the council leader herself will draw the winner. She wants to show people that she can bring a better life. The coat of arms of the proud town of Seastone, capital of the Alliance, and with the refugee camp on the outskirts of town, Seastone seemed... Seastone was never captured during the war. The town has massive walls and stretches about 200 meters into the air like a tower. That's why they called the Great War the War of the Two Towers. Seastone against the Archwitch Motroga's Dark Tower. Ugh, creepy. The prison. I always try to get past this with... Hello?
You bet there is.
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. Who are you?
Wilbur Weathervane? Good alias. Call me Mr. X. My friends call me X.
X? Strange name. Still, better than Goalpost Head, I guess. Why are you locked up?
They want me out of the way. I know too much.
But they don't just lock people up for being intelligent.
They do if you know the wrong things. We're being watched.
By whom?
They are watching us.
Who are they? The wizards?
Them, the ones watching us. They're out there.
How long have you been in prison?
A few days, but I suspect they'll never let me out. They want the truth.
Here? In Sea...
Yes, probably.
Do you really think you'll be in there?
They certainly won't let me go before the elections. That Van Buren wants to show her strength, and it's anybody's guess. Either way, I'm not going to wait until some court...
Well then.
Take care of...
The drain should lead directly to Seastone. I would like to say that the sewers in this town are a true marvel of but in truth, the stink here in midsummer is absolute. Almost every house in the upper town is in the lower town, things look different. The drain's blocked by a grating. Almost in the lower. All of the expensive shops in Seastone are here in the upper town. Luckily, I don't have enough money to buy myself a treat every day. Otherwise... This is torture. The bakery's closed, but the shop window displays all... This is torture. The latest edition of the Seastone Lookout, Council Leader Van Buren. We are equal opportunity providers. Tomorrow morning we will present our solution to the poverty. We are the only ones with simple and efficient solutions to today's problems. There are loads of election posters hanging here beside the paper. Death entered the election campaign last week. His slogans are death to all and death is the solution. What's this? Hey! Archmage Alistair's a traitor. He uses the artifact of divine fate for his own purposes rather than to help everyone. And here, friends of the Archmage claim he never served in the war. Those are The Lookout is reporting unfairly and someone has glued these fabrications about the art. No wonder his lead in the polls has disappeared. The Lookout is... No wonder... It's done well by me today. I hope things stay. Fridolin may have nibbled on it, but it's still very... The magic slate from my...
What can I...
What can you tell me about golems?
Golems are powerful magical beings.
Are they living beings?
They are tools for mages. They do heavy physical... The mage inserts a...
Where can I get a
Golems are very rare and expensive. The body of a golem is a kind of statue of stone, clay, or... In order to bring the lifeless statue to life, a spell written in magic ink must be placed in its mouth.
And nobody knows this formula.
That is not correct.
But how? Master Alistair! He must have sensed that I'd need a golem. The body should be easy enough to build, and you know the spell, so...
The spell must be written in magic ink. Some of...
Piffle, I'm good at...
Magic ink.
What ingredients are needed for this magic? Like, stir 3 times...
No. A simple mixing of the ingredients is sufficient.
Okay.
Exactly 2 centiliters of crocodile tears. Exactly 12 drops of dragon sweat. And exactly 1 sea stone.
What in the world is 12 teen? And dragon sweat?
Correct. Dragon sweat is very rare.
I'll think of something. Can you list the...
No problem. You can see the list by...
What do you mean, looking at you and...
You'll manage.
Show me...
Crocodile tears, 12 drops of dragon sweat, and a sea stone something.
Fridolin may have... Hello, Mr...
Well, I never...
Weathervane to you, Mr. Shieldland. Professor Weathervane, to be precise.
Oh, your lordship, forgive me for not kneeling.
I see you're still the captain of the town guard.
It's captain and its only member.
Why aren't there more guards? Surely it's impossible for you to keep the peace all by yourself.
The council leader of the merchants doesn't see it that way. She handpicked me for this post. Nothing is more important than loyalty, she said.
How are things in the lower town?
How are things in the lower town?
Same as here, just dirtier and everything smaller.
What about the refugees?
Dunno, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been down there. From up here, it looks either there are no new...
Aren't you responsible for the lower...
Can hardly be expected to go down there. The place is crawling with criminals.
But...
Anyway, The anarchists have erected barricades. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't get into...
Why's the gate closed?
Curfew. After dark, residents of the Upper Town...
Who came up with that?
Council Leader Van Buren. She's worried about the well-being of the residents of the Upper Town.
And where do I get one of these permits?
Nowhere today. You can go to the town hall and apply...
But I'm supposed to meet Remy in the inn.
Tough.
There are posters over there spreading lies about the Archman.
So?
Those are lies. Anyone could read them. A couple might even believe.
Nah, what can you do?
You could remove them. I would do it myself, but I don't have any water or a spatula, and it's...
All right, then.
So...
I'm guarding the town.
Looks like Bill the Merchant's crane is finally...
It's been 2 days. He's been transporting things up and down all day.
And you inspected the goods?
Why should I?
Isn't there a toll on transporting goods like alcohol and pipeweed and...
There are real crimes going on in this town. I don't even have the reason.
Bill said something about bribing the town guard. Would you know it?
That's an outrageous allegation.
That's good. Otherwise, you'd probably have too much gold. I mean, if no more goods go through the gate here, then no one needs to be bribed.
That's... So you're saying Bill is cheating the state of its well-earned taxes because...
Do you want to ban him from running the crane?
No. Bill and his colleagues are very influential. Anyway, no one said anything about a ban. No.
What do you need to do to...
Someone would have to mark one of Bill's barrels of alcohol and then order it from the lower town. If the said marked barrel turns up there tonight, without the tax having been paid, then we have our evidence.
You can be really clever, Mr. Shieldhand.
The only problem is, I can't leave this place. I have to guard the... But you...
Civic duty?
Not for nothing, of course.
I would like...
For a minute, I thought you wanted a pony.
What makes you say...
You say strange things sometimes. Have you never known?
Yeah, but a pony?
Admit it. You were thinking about it.
Maybe so, but I would still prefer...
Excellent. You help me convict Bill, and I give you...
Deal. Mr. Shield...
Miss...
Have to be...
Yeah.
Some famous knight. He's already lost. 'Tis but a... Some famous knight.
Oops, I actually minimized the...
I should chat with X as little as possible. This is probably... Done.
I'm curious.
The gates look... If the mark... Hello. Will...
Ring of Honor.
What do you think of the lottery?
Clever, ain't it?
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to give the rabble the feeling they could make it too, right?
Make what?
Becoming one of us. As long as everyone down there thinks their current situation is only a temporary condition on the way to fame and fortune, they leave us in peace.
But some actually do make it.
Yes, exactly, that's the spirit. Anyone can make it if they just try hard enough. Meh.
If your crane can reach all the way to the lower...
Certain.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a...
No snag. You pay me... 3 go...
I don't have that.
Pull the other one.
Couldn't you maybe just lower me down? I thought... When you're
He's not exactly the...
After all, he is the cat.
He can't tell his elbow from his arse. Van Buren will cut him off as soon as she's won the election. You don't want stupid yes-men around when you're the leader. You want clever yes-men. The stupid ones don't know how to keep quiet.
too trusting. Can you tell me how much 12 is?
You're pretty good at numbers and measurements.
I'd say.
Can you tell me how much 12 is?
12 is a forgotten number In the past, people counted more precisely, so there were a few extra numbers. Thor and 12, for example.
But I have to add exactly 12 drops of dragon sweat to a potion.
Oh, exactly 12. Well, that's something else completely. That's what mages always write if they don't really know themselves. They don't want to admit it, and it sounds cleverer if they say exactly 12, right? But you should know that.
Now I do. Do you sell crocodile tears?
Can order them. Be here in 3 days.
Ah.
Oh, the fine sir wants free overnight delivery.
Do you sell
dragon sweat?
I was afraid of that. But I need it badly.
I mean expensive, like, I'll give you half of my kingdom and my prettiest daughter.
Why are you telling me all this stuff?
You're one of us. You live in the upper town. Hey, tell me, you must have really bled the Archmage on that one, right? I mean, you probably get your weight in gold.
Well, I get an apple.
I understand.
I have to be...
See?
The troll just downed tools and called it a day. I should bring that up. Ew, the bucket is filled with some kind of mucus. No wonder the floor... The mop is saturated with a mixture of water. I don't think books could help me. I'm easily distracted. I should actually do something productive. Or sleep, maybe. Blocky was looking for something in the drawer, or he put something into it. Either way, I should head down to the inn and talk with... Blocky was I should head... Maybe I can train the plant not to eat the student. If not, I'll train the students to eat the plant. Should be easy to find enough soot for the ink here. Yep, lots of soot. If I have to mix some magic ink, this is certainly the best. Crocodile tears. Unfortunately, all of the liquid is evaporated. All that remains is a white powder. No, as viscous as troll spit is, I'd probably never get the... Ah, excellent. I can mix the ink in this pot. Once I have... a scale for weighing ingredients. Unfortunately, most of the counterweights are missing. A counterweight. 3 C's... unfortunately... I never thought that magic could be so complicated. For me, it was always... The magic surrounded me and... I've got a class tomorrow morning. I should block ears for bit... As soon as I have time, I might see if some of these books actually belong. Then again, I'd say they're more likely notes from former teachers and learning with... And what's this? Oh, a class photograph. For a while, photography was... A sorcerer unveiled these little devices which could take detailed pictures of the real world. However, it turned out that small demons inside the cameras were responsible for... They stole a piece of soul from those photographed. Photography quickly went out... I don't know if I'll ever... I'm not sure who that is. Maybe it was a pupil who asked that. Probably very effective. feel really worn down today. If something were to happen to the Archmage... No! One of the first clues that demons were in the cameras was that those photographed made strange grimaces they would never make in reality. A number of the students in this photo look more... The graduating class of 1462 is written in ornate script above the image.
What can I do for you?
What's the best way?
A golem needs a torso.
And a couple of strong...
Correct. The head of a golem must be made...
that means... Show me... On one side of the... Once I have all... On one side of the scale, there's a 3 sea stone small ounce weight. On the other side...
This is once it's equal to the sea stone weight.
The counterweight weighs 3 sea stone small ounces. But I have to weigh out exactly 1 sea stone small ounce of soot. On one... The counterweight... On one side... Once I have... According to the recipe, I have to add exactly 1 sea... On one side... I should head down to the inn and... The kobold still doesn't seem to have found a way back. Maybe he's long since given... Bill uses the... It's a...
See.
Mr. Shield, I've...
All right.
It's just over a year ago when I stood in front of this gate for the first time. Mr. Shieldham wouldn't let me into the upper town to see the Archmage. I had to earn the right to an... Bill also built the outhouse. Remy says he's rented this entire strip along the town wall. Maybe he couldn't bear the thought of leaving his stand unattended for a few minutes a day. There's a big pad. If I didn't know who the outhouse belonged to, I'd find that... I bet you could pick up the key from Bill. I've never understood. The upper town is like a town, and people from the lower... My 1 apple a day wouldn't get me far up there either. Luckily, I can live in the school for free. I'm sure Shieldhand won't let me... I'm sure... Bill's stall. During the day, he's... Most traders and all the nearby farmers sell their goods at the lower town's big market. But Bill claimed this spot here as it's the only place he can sneak in the upper town contraband. Normally, the town wakes at the crack of dawn. Then Bill is on the job, selling his... He works hard. But whether he'll open so early tomorrow morning, I just don't know. The barricade may keep most of his... Psst!
Who's there? And what do you want?
My name is Guybrush, and I want to be a pirate. Hello? I said...
Yes, I heard you. I just can't believe you tried that old gag.
Sorry.
Who are you?
It's me, Mr. Shieldhand. I want to talk to you about my bribe. Or lack of, to be precise.
Why do you call yourself Mr. Shieldhand?
Because Anton. Anton Shieldhand is my name. And I want a bribe.
Petey, is that you? It's bloody dark down there.
Yes, it's me, Petey.
Why are you putting on a funny voice all of a sudden? You really are a crazy dog. So what can I do for my favourite errand boy?
I need a barrel of brandy for the inn.
No problem. What's the password?
Is it fluffy bunnies?
What?
Construct additional pylons?
Are you just guessing?
Is that like a reference to
no.
like StarCraft?
What's the password?
What about you? Do you even...
Of course. But,
Should I buy my illegal goods from just...
all right then. The password...
The password is...
No, it's not. I just wanted to... Well, what's the...
Password?
The secret?
Oh.
Why not? Step into the light.
Yes, I am. But I forgot...
Ha! That ask in the inn. The owner.
Fine. A wooden box, some sort of metal clamps, a hammer, some wire. I'll take the hammer.
There's still this guy's tools.
So this is where the... And up there's Bill, sitting on... This is one of the entrances to the underground world of the rat. Rats represent one of the town's largest population groups. But many don't think of them as real people and they don't have many rights. Remy and the Archmaids have been trying to change that for a long time, but some think that the rats entered the town illegally and consider them vermin. When Seastone was almost a ghost town, but since Remy became head of intelligence, I don't see him as often as I used to. The inn used to be here on the right, and on the left was Master Marcus's mage. After the war, so many people came to the town that we needed a larger inn. Master Marcus was happy to sell his old mage school. Change is good, he told me. Seastone has grown quite organically over the centuries. There are doors behind which there are only walls. Maybe a house was supposed to go here, but the builder changed his mind. At the moment, more people live outside the town than in. There were days when the wagons were lined up nose bag to bumper. This cart's been here a long time. The first and most impressive barrack. The protesters took everything they could find and piled it up to make a huge wall. No one is getting through without... This looks like a hatch. Hello?
Hello? Are you talking?
Did you build...
Aye, that's right.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. But it kind of blocks the whole street, doesn't it?
We're gonna dry you lot out till you give us what we want.
But the upper town is supplied by airships.
We won't move an inch until you stand starving and freezing before us.
But we've got plenty of food. And if my rabbit sheep didn't always take my bed, I wouldn't freeze either.
I told you it does.
We're protesting here, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Need clay. I have to get out the door.
I need clay to mould something. There's lots of it just outside the town. Could you please let me through?
Aye. That would really suit you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But we're not going to let you...
Could you maybe pass me a lump of clay through the barricade?
What are we getting
Are you doing deals with...
We don't make deals with dirty cap.
That's more like it.
I don't want the clay for myself. I want to use it to support your cause.
How's that?
Well, I'm an artist, and I could build a sculpture in the upper town depicting your heroic protest.
Finally, someone who thinks for themselves. A grand statue that captures for eternity the protests of the simple people in a monumental way. Show us the construction plans and some references. If we achieve a unanimous decision on the model at the general meeting, we'll supply you with...
Great. But first I need a little bit of clay for something else.
Oh, for what?
I'd like to make little balls of clay and throw them through shop windows and...
Why don't you just use...
Because I could carve messages and demands into the clay before...
I don't know.
Okay then. Truth be told...
Oh?
If you give me just a...
Really?
Sure. I can smear the clay between the boards from here and the sunlight would bake it hard.
I think that's it.
The barricade is stable enough already. The spirit of friendship built it, and the chains of suppression are holding it.
But there are holes everywhere here, which need to be sealed. Magic.
Perhaps...
Who are you?
My name is...
Shh! If you tell an agent of the government our real names, you'll endanger the entire...
What do you want to call us?
My name is...
Your name is Paul?
Gender is just one of the fictions indoctrinated by the patriarchal society.
Oh! What are you?
We're protesting against exploitation, against discrimination, against poverty, and against the destruction of the environment.
Wow! Those are all important issues. What do you plan on?
We're already doing something.
We are demanding that things change.
We've made a petition.
And we're putting together a list.
We're still working on the wording. Problems with the neutrality.
How far have you got?
Dear brothers, sisters in arms, other forms of resistance are available. Fellow countrymen, countrywomen, country transsexuals, country gender nonconformists.
Getting back to the whole making...
If you want to make a difference, you can write like on a piece of paper. And then everyone will know you...
I talked to a prisoner.
A victim of the state's power. Our first martyr.
He's not dead yet. And if he got the cake, he'll be back with us soon.
Cake? Shh. If you're for justice and change, you'll probably be voting for Archmage Alistair, right?
The election's a joke. One corrupt politician replacing another. And behind the scenes, it's always the same people pulling the strings.
That may be true of the council leader.
Big Mana's got them eating out their hands.
Exactly. The magic industrial multinational that was responsible for the war.
So you're entering your own camp?
That's pure daft. There's no point. We're doing the only thing that will lead to success.
Maybe I can pass on some of your demands to the Archmage and we can see what can be done.
We demand that no one in Avantasia should ever be poorer than average.
Isn't that mathematically impossible?
It's always an average.
Not at all. If every resident got exactly the same amount of gold, then no one is poorer than the average.
But if everyone gets the same amount of gold without having to do anything, why would anyone bother to earn the gold in the first?
Only someone who belongs to the rich elite.
Everything all right in the lower town?
Couldn't be better. The fire of protest is stoking up hell. People are being drawn closer together by a common no.
And because of
Why did you set up the barricade here and not at the gate? That would have given you loads of extra space.
And the inn would have been on our...
Our barricade is more visible this way. The elite should quake at the sight of our resolve.
I don't think...
You're clearly trying to... See?
Have to be going...
May the...
Usually citizens and visitors to the inn warm up paper, wood, everything's here. Usually paper... Someone has put a bucket of water next to the fire pit. But with all these wooden houses, I'm glad to see the water in the water in It's done well by me today. I hope things stay that way. A small fire spell can't hurt. Ignifaxius ignisfero. The water in the bucket's frozen. The water in the... A hammer for hammering. Remy looks tired. I think the election campaign and the current situation in the town... Hello, Remy.
If it isn't the magic school's new star professor. How was it?
Headmaster Block is very mean to me. He gives me loads of difficult tasks.
All of which you've solved, knowing you.
Yes, but then he gives me new tasks that are even more difficult. And even if I worked through the night, I still couldn't finish them all. No one could.
Interesting and curious. If he wanted to represent you as the Archmage's bad choice, that he wouldn't have given you exercises that are clearly impossible. People would realize what kind of game was being played and the trick would backfire. Did you notice anything else?
Archmage Alistair gave me a magic slate.
That's just like him. He likes magical playthings.
That's not all. The slate advised me to build a golem to help me with my work.
A golem?
They're very strong, so it could help me with a lot of my work.
Yes, but I was thinking of something else. Think about it. We agree the Archmage is the most powerful living wizard.
Of course.
No one could touch a hair on his head with a magical attack. But brute force, a stone to the head, a knife in the ribs.
That could be a possibility.
But now imagine that he had a bodyguard, a big chap, hard as stone.
Really annoying.
You mean me? Sure, I've grown a bit, but I don't feel that powerful, and I'm not that tough.
No. I mean a golem.
Ah.
Even a troll wouldn't get past a golem. Best of all, golems are absolutely loyal. They simply cannot help but follow their masters.
And if I order it to defend the Archmage with its life?
Then that's exactly what it'll do, and no one would get past it.
That sounds fantastic.
Can you manage that? Building a golem and bringing it to life?
Oh, sure, try. I'll get it to complete the headmaster's stupid tasks first.
The headmaster and the council leader have come up against the wrong...
I surprised Headmaster Block in the staff room as he was rummaging through a desk, but he was startled when I spoke to him, like I...
He didn't want you to see him fiddling around in his own desk drawer.
Interesting.
At first there was the unsolvable exercises, and now the desk drawer. Something's not right.
That's what I think too. So what do we do now? Keep an eye on Head...
So near the elections. A supporter of the council leader behaving suspiciously in the vicinity of the Archmage. No, too risky. We can't wait.
So you're going to have a look for yourself?
I'd like to, but perhaps that's precisely their...
Wouldn't be good if word got out. At first, but what about a teacher looking for a form in the staff room? A teacher who is in the school because the headmaster has given him tasks to be done.
Normally I would try to discourage you, but the Archmage is visiting the school tomorrow. If his opponents are planning something, we have to expose them tonight.
I'll do it. I'll have a look around and get back to you if I discover anything.
All right, but be careful, Wilbur.
You don't look all that happy yourself. Tough day.
Tough week. I'm worried about the Archmage's safety. The situation, he was heckled on the street while checking up on the field, but it was just some wound-up idiots. I'm worried about the one assailant who has enough brain.
Someone? Like Headmaster Block?
Hard to imagine, but it can't be ruled out.
The council leader was standing up by the new lottery drum, dictating tomorrow's edition of the Lookout to a reporter.
Yes, she has the Lookout under her thumb. She's a horrible piece of work. Ambitious, stubborn, and unscrupulous. A dangerous combination. Comes from a humble background, but got her feet under old Van Buren's table. Tried to persuade him to do all sorts of new business. Many say he died so young because he finally wanted to be left.
How did she end up as the Archmage's most...
The Archmage doesn't want the most important posts in government to go automatically to the richest citizens anymore, but rather to the most competent people, chosen by the people.
And of course the nobility and the merchants don't like...
They were seething when they found out about it, but there was nothing they could do to start with. The Archmage was too popular, untouchable. But then along came Sybil Van Buren, and she had a plan. 1 year in which she put up obstacles in the Archmage's way and sabotaged his politics in any way she could. Her only aim was to make him look bad.
But we...
Van Buren has used all her resources. They're powerful, rich friends with important posts at the Seastone Lookout. Simple slogans, simple solutions, patriotism and resentment. She tells the people what they want to hear. And yet... the Archmage will... Every vote for the council leader and the cronies is a vote too many. But stupidity amongst the voters had not...
Why doesn't the Archmage defend himself more?
He wants as many people as possible to take part in solving our problems. He doesn't... But... I don't know if he... They blame everyone and everything, and they don't even try to change anything anymore. I asked the Archmage about it. You know what he said? He's comfortable having things stay as they are. That's what kind of world would it be if there was glaring... But hey, what do I know?
Then let's not waste any time. I'll build a golem bodyguard for the Archmage and have a look around the headmaster's office.
Good idea. And let me know as...
I'll be careful.
I'll go back underground.
Good luck. You and Van Buren will not succeed with your plan. You may have great and powerful friends, but the Archmage has small and... Remy left his... there's a mark. It says, for most people, that's just a little sip.
We have to wait out here.
Someone forgot. That would be risky. The crime rate in this... Someone forgot their jacket. Or left it... That would be risky. Someone forgot their jacket. That would be risky. Hopefully I can sleep in my own bed. A bed here at the inn would overtax the contents of my wallet. Master Marcus and Bill eventually had enough of this strange role-playing apparatus. I thought Master Marcus had outgrown his love of fantasy worlds, but now I'm worried about him. Eventually, he might spend all of his time in his fantasy role-play world of bicycles, tax returns, microwaves and branded soft drinks and forget the real world entirely. The thing makes a good fireplace. I must say that I hope that in a few days I can celebrate the election victory here with Remy and the Archmage. Wow! I never thought I'd actually... Hello!
Little mini-man.
But Blout, that's a guest. Welcome, noble sir. How can we help you?
So who are you two?
You're a two-headed ogre, right?
Well, I am an ogre.
Me too.
So, you two are ogres?
My name is Sloth, mage, philosopher, scholar.
And bag of wind.
That is Blout, my brother. He is...
Me, Basher. Me, mess things up.
Do you own it?
I bought it. Blout is just my employee.
Blout bought too.
Yes, but then you lost your half at poker. Now it all belongs...
Blout not give you his half. Blout best laugh if he tried to take a...
If you touch me, I'll have you thrown in jail.
I have heard that you...
We don't have much choice. He's the only trader who'll sell us alcohol.
Expensive.
You're right there. The prices are unashamedly high.
Seastone is a big town with lots of merchants. Why is...
Since the town was virtually besieged with refugees, there's been no way for the farmers and traders...
Right. And Bill gets his supplies by air. Just the same, there's still more than one merchant in the...
Of course. Bill trades alcohol, another trades in lamp oil, the next one in Manapo. That way they avoid competition. We are...
Would you perhaps be interested in a barrel of...
No, we still have stock, and we have much fewer guests since the barricade was...
But I need a password.
The password for Bill's crane capers? If you were one of his trustworthy customers...
How about we try and bring down Bill and his exorbitant... Well, let's just say I could put the long arm of the law...
Shield. I don't know.
The plan is absolutely Anton-proof. I just need Bill's password and bam, we...
And it won't be traced back to us? I really don't want to be paying even more for our alcohol in future.
It's a secret covert...
Smelled it.
He has earned it. Oh, all right then. The password is... Gold...
Really?
Here, a bag of silver for the brandy. It will be...
Thanks. Are you allowed one?
One would think that as we have two voices, we should also have two votes. Unfortunately...
And who do you want to vote for?
Archmage Alistair of...
Council... Mrs. Bamboo, little woman.
Blout likes it.
Tax down, more work for...
But you don't buy it.
I'd also prefer it if our problems were solved quicker, but Van Buren's...
Did someone forget that?
Oh, it belongs to a young guest. He... Well...
Look.
What happened?
He was quietly drinking his beer. Shield Hand came in. The young man refused. Said he hadn't done anything wrong and wouldn't let anyone search him without reason.
Then bang!
And the jacket?
It's been hanging there ever since. We're keeping it.
If you're a...
I've never tried.
You tried long...
That's completely untrue. That was just playing around.
So, I want to build a golem and I know the right incantation. Can you help me build one?
Shh!
Yes?
What are you whispering about?
Sloth.
Do you and
Not particularly. I just don't...
Maybe you're too hard on him.
He was going to juggle with kitchen knives this afternoon.
Would have worked.
No, it wouldn't. And they are my fingers too.
Zlov tell Blout off. Zlov always annoyed.
With good reason. The pub, all this work, and on top of all that, I have to play babysitter. I lost track of time with all that ranting, and now I've missed the bakery. All your fault, Blout.
The bakery up by the guardhouse? I go there. Which bakery do you usually go to? I like the one up at...
Oh! They have those wonderful chocolates. I treat myself to one or two every night.
You see?
First of all, that's not true. And secondly, it's Flab born of frustration because I have to put up with you.
Then take care, you two. One, but...
So long.
Bye.
Swinging sea. This postcard was clearly...
What's this fast travel? Nice.
A sheet of paper with lots of paragraphs. Article 1. And here, Article 6, Paragraph 5. The feeding of mugwais after midnight is expressly forbidden. That makes sense. Article 14, Paragraph 2. The host is not... This seems to be a long list of rules that apply to inns and their guests. This way you can check at any time to There are a whole bunch of Article 9... There are a whole bunch of... Article 9, Paragraph 1. Dwarven ale may only be served in Luckily, they don't know about the... Headmaster Brock seems to be counting gold. Hello, Headmaster.
Weathervane, haven't you got things to attend to?
I'm sort of still on the job. I'm...
Fine. I have to admit that your performance today did not
Really?
I didn't expect anything. Thus, I was neither surprised nor disappointed that your results do not look good when compared to those of a qualified...
I think that you're unfair.
Oh, I could get rid of you with It's not your fault. You shouldn't have been put in a position in which you are confronted with tasks that are beyond...
What are you doing there?
Of course not. The gold is for the council leader's election campaign. I'm her party treasurer.
Some people want the council leader to win the election.
Of course. They see their donation.
Have to be going.
I'll be... So we can talk about...
Very well. My golem and I are gonna... I've had so much to do in school, I haven't... It turned out... The jacket belongs to a protester. It has several patches and a badge pinned on the front. No one noticed. The pin that was attached to X's jacket shows a black fist on a red background. Hello.
Willie
Are you really...
Little woman with big hair knows what's what. Has lots of gold and lots of success.
And you believe...
Sure.
Fine.
Me and when Blout suit.
Before I
You have...
I am...
Blout.
That's because...
In...
Psst.
Oh,
You're...
if we...
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
So Blout got...
Love get...
I have alcohol intolerance. Or perhaps an allergy.
What did you want to tell me?
No. I say...
Huh.
Bye, Blout.
Bye.
Yes?
I am one of...
In principle, but perhaps you took it from one of our people under duress.
No?
I'm almost convinced. Show me our...
Um...
Aye, come back when...
There's no point until I know the secret hand. That's that tarot. Pretty late for a little guy like... Hey!
Whoa! You're Wilbur.
Out to make fun of me, are you? You're probably upset after I proved that I know more about magic than you.
What?
You look like you're training for an important
No, I'm reenacting your battle. How you and Captain Bonnet and Princess Ivo defeated the Archwitch, Mortroga.
Oh.
It must have been the greatest battle of all time. The solitary heroes, surrounded by monsters, standing up to the leader of the Shadow Army. Boom!
Well, maybe it wasn't.
10 years of war, the artifact of divine fate, and suddenly, peace. What?
You were pretty cheeky at school this morning.
Which school?
There you go again, trying to make fun of me.
But Master Weathervane, I'd never.
This morning in the mage school, you were trying to make me feel uncomfortable and look stupid in front of the other students.
The mage school? In the upper town? I wasn't born in Seastone, and I'm certainly not important enough.
You mean to tell me you weren't in my classes?
In your class? To become a wizard?
I still believe you're trying to make fun of me.
Not that I know of, Hey, perhaps someone was controlling my thoughts.
Now I'm sure you're trying to...
No, it is possible.
Do you know what the...
It can fulfill your every wish.
We never used it.
But if you can...
Archmage Alistair doesn't believe the world works that way, and I trust him.
If that's what you think, then
It's getting...
I'll wait until all the guests...
You don't have a real...
I've got lots of homes. But if I can...
I have a small room in the school. My rabbit sheep won't be able to defend...
That would be... But the school's in the upper town.
Ah, see... Maybe.
Which
There's a lottery tomorrow. The winner gets to live in the upper...
That would be fantastic.
Maybe you'll get lucky. Everyone has an equal chance.
I'm sure to win. And if not today...
Was good to...
There's no...
Either the boy's making fun of me or that's another item from our list.
Psst. So, gold, as long as it's jangling, absolute. So, you right? That'll be a. One barrel of bread.
That's it. That's the barrel with the...
What did you say?
Nothing.
As long as you pay.
Bill didn't pay any taxes on that barrel. And those taxes build roads, care for the sick and elderly, and pay for my apple. Shieldhand won't be impressed. Bill didn't pay, and those taxes... Shieldhand...
And?
That's not gonna let me
Bill has delivered the marked...
And is therefore cheated. Just you wait. I'm gonna get the bribe money I'm due and then...
Hey! Hello? What about my exemption? Hey, Mr. Shield... And now Shieldhand's busy negotiating his bribe with Bill. If only... I'll... Bill didn't pay any tax, and those Shieldhand...
Let's get him to call it quits. But the progress on the play some KCD. Get some X-Fish 33 of back. A lot of progress. I'm kind of dozing off, so I can be able to do a puzzle game right now. But see back in a bit.